In this video, you'll learn how to use Sora, which is our district's platform for eBooks and audiobooks. It's very similar to Libby or Overdrive if you've used any of those through the public library. So in order to get to Sora, you just need to go into Clever. I'm in my Clever, so you may see different things than I do because I'm from the teacher perspective. But somewhere on your Clever page, you should see Sora by Overdrive. So you'll click on that. It may ask you to sign in with Google, but most likely you'll just come straight into the main page, which is our Explore page on Sora. And it will show you some of the books available now. Again, you may not see the same books that I'm seeing. These are showing all the books in the collection. You may only see the books that are good for up to middle school. So you'll see available books now. If you want to see all the books that are available to you, you're going to click where it says over, whatever number this is, books. And if you click on that, you'll see all the books that you have available to you from our collection. So I'm going to go back to Explore. So that's one way of looking for books. Below that, you'll see popular subjects. So you'll have different subjects: science fiction, science, mystery, romance. And if you click on Explore All Subjects, you'll see a lot more here. So you can pick from any one of these. You'll also see next to each one is a number. So right now in our collection, there are 52 fantasy books. Again, I'm going to go back to Explore in the top left-hand corner. And then you'll see some new ebook editions. You'll see some new audiobook editions. And then you'll see the most popular books right now. And then it'll give you some options of things you might be interested in reading. So those are the different ways to look for books. You can also just type in a search. So just say you wanted to look for the book Maze Runner. Type in the title, hit enter, and you'll see that it's available not only in an ebook, but also in an audiobook. So they work the same way as far as borrowing. You can actually read a sample or listen to a sample. You can add it to a list, maybe a wish list or whatever list you create. But I do want to show you how to interact with a book once you open it. So I'm just going to click on Borrow on the book. It will open the book for me. You'll see the cover of the book right away. And right here it's showing the chapters. We're right at the beginning of the book. If I click on chapters, it'll show me all the page chapters in the book, and I can jump around to those. And then to start reading the book, I simply put my mouse all the way to the right and I start clicking, and it'll just turn the pages for me. So let me get right into the beginning of the book. Okay, so here's the beginning of the book. You'll notice right now it's in 2-page view. If I click on the bottom here, right in the center, I'll get a menu of different options. You'll see the chapters at the bottom, but then at the top you'll see some options over here. This first circle will give you the ability to change it from 2-page view to 1-page view. So that's just a personal choice. So I'm going to go back to 2-page view. You can also change the font here. Click on this. You can make the font larger and smaller just by clicking along this bar here. And then you also have some lighting options. Right now it's on bright, but you also can do a sepia, dark, or high contrast. I'm going to put it back to bright. So you do have those options for font and background and things like that. You also can change the type of font. So here's where you can change it to a couple of different fonts. Okay, I'm going to close that out. Our next option, let me click at the bottom again to get that menu, is a search. So if I wanted to search for any words or phrases in the book, I could click on this, type whatever I'm searching for, and it will find all the locations in the book where you'll find that phrase or word. I'm going to open my menu again, and then this is where you can add bookmarks. So this is where you'll find your bookmarks. You can click right here to create a bookmark right underneath, and now this page is bookmarked. Another thing you can do is highlight and take notes. So if you want to highlight, say, this paragraph, you'll just go to the beginning of the paragraph, you hold your mouse down, you highlight the section, and then you'll have the options for different color highlights. So just say I pick pink, and then you also have the option to create a note. So if you needed to take notes on anything, you can type it right here, and then you can click Save. Once you're done interacting with the book, I'm going to click to get the menu back. You can just click Close. So I'm going to go back to my shelf. And now I'm going to click on Options under the book. This is the only book I have checked out right now. If I click on Options, I have a bunch of different options. I can open the book. Right now I'll see the book is due in 13 days. When it gets close to being due, I'll have the option to renew it. I can return the book if I'm done with it. I can send it to a device if I have a Kindle or some other device that I want to read on. I can mark the book as done if I want to keep track of my reading. And then I can also look at any notes and highlights. So if I click on that, you'll see this is what I highlighted. This is the passage I highlighted, and my note was here. I'm going to go back. I can add it to a list here, and I can also see the book details. At this point, I just want to return it. So I'm going to click Return, and then I can click Return again. And now I've returned the book. So I'm going to go back to Explore. I will look at Maze Runner again, and this time show you how to interact with the audiobook. So this time I'll borrow the audiobook. You know it's an audiobook because you'll see the little headset below the book. I'll click on Borrow. And then if I click Play, it should just start playing right in my browser. Okay, you may not be able to hear it because I'm wearing a headset. Again, you can go to chapters, jump around in the chapters if you want to go to a specific chapter. Here you'll have different options because obviously you can highlight in an audiobook, but you will have a speed option. So right now it's at normal speed. You can speed it up if you feel like it's going too slow. It won't change, it won't make it sound like a munchkin, it will just make it go a little faster. And I think you can even go slower if you want it to read slower to you just by moving this bar up and down. So I'm just going to put it back to normal speed and close that. This is a sleep timer, so if you click on that, you can, if you think you might fall asleep, if you're doing this listening while you're going to bed, you can set a 15-minute timer and it will automatically stop the book, 15, 30, or 60 minutes. You can also bookmark sections just as you did with a regular book. So I'm going to close that, and then when you go to the options on the audiobook, you'll have many of the same options: renew, return, mark as done. At this point, I'm just going to return it. So that is how to use Sora. That's a brief overview. If you have any questions at all, you can go to the library and ask Mrs. DeLuca, and I will certainly be happy to help you. But hopefully you'll try it out and enjoy. Thanks for listening.